Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 5 Week 3 Day 4 as well as our last stream for quite some time. So this is going to be our last stream till the 20th, so that's going to be basically 10 days then. As far as not going to be having any streams, we should hopefully be able to get up the Monday video. However, we will not be able to get up a video for the event tomorrow. So for that reason, we're basically just going to go over the troops and everything we possibly can do today. I don't believe we have a confirmation on how many rooms it takes to do quick cycle, which I really hope is 3 because obviously it'd be quicker if it is. However, we can still go over all the troops and look at the colors and, you know, all the normal stuff with it and go over all that. However, Salty didn't do a stream of it this week, so we are lacking other details that we would normally have from her Monday stream, but she didn't do one, or a Wednesday stream. So we don't really have some of that information, unfortunately, but we'll have to make do without it. But anyways, we might as well start there. So the faction that we're getting is the good thing I can't. Good thing we're not having to do a video for this. I cannot pronounce it if I even tried. Indrajit's Palace. Let's see, we'll get this. Indrajit. Indrajit. The one that starts with I. The palace. The I Palace. The Pride Land one. But associated to Pride Lands. It's associated to Pride Lands. Map looks like this. Ideally, it'll be 3 battles. You probably start here, have a battle there, have a battle there. Boom, you're out. Though it could be 4 battles, where you start here, boom, boom, and then have a battle there. But hopefully it's just a straight 3 run, and we'll be good to go. It definitely looks like you just go straight and then you have battles around it, if nothing else, going in pretty much all directions. Let's just hope it's 3 and not 4, as far as making a straight dash for it. But yeah, it's Pride Lands red purple. Comes with a +2 red, +1 purple, -1 brown banner, which honestly I don't feel like will be used too much. Can't really think of a situation where that would be too useful, but there will probably be one somewhere that'll end up getting developed. But nothing off the top of my head really seems like it would work for that. I guess some skull spam teams kind of would. It's just a really weird color, red purple. If nothing else, some Zugoff builds might that don't necessarily use brown, but most of them do use brown. But anyways, as far as the 4 troops that are coming with it, they are the following. Actually, probably easier to get them all into their little tab, so we can get each one individually. Also, we will have 2 redeem codes this stream, by the way, instead of our normal one. Both this stream and the stream when we get back, we'll do 2 codes for. Also, Kafka never gave me more codes, but luckily we still have plenty enough. And since we're going to be gone for 10 days, she has like 10 days to get me more. So hopefully she will within the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, we'll run out if she doesn't within 2 weeks. But I'm pretty sure she will at some point there. Or poke her again on Discord or something. This should be the right one. There we go. I didn't even say hello to everyone yet. Hello, or should be saying goodbye, haha. But hello, I almost said first. Hello, Bill. Hey, you made it first for once. Again. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Interception. Hello, Warren. Hello, Easy Breezy. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Eric. Hello, I keep forgetting your name, Alfaski. I know you have a different name that you like to go by, but I keep forgetting what it is because I'm so bad at names. Sorry about that. Though I did remember that you like going by a different name. I just can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Johnson. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so first troops first. Let's just do it in rarity order because that's the way they put it in. So every single thing here counts as a Daemon Rashka. Also, Hellstorm, I believe, is red-purple. I'm not sure if we have 100% confirmation on that, but it sure seems like it should be red-purple based on the effects that are all throughout this faction. So it's good. It's most likely going to be a red-purple storm, which of course is a new color storm added to the game. Mostly for skull spam troops end up utilizing it pretty well. But anyways. It deals magic +2 damage to an enemy, boosted by red and purple at a 1-to-1. So basically, not really getting much damage here. It's not really anything you're going to be using. It does have agile, but there's a better tank, so the rare is basically useless. As far as the ultra rare, of course, Daemon Rashka is all of them are. It is a Pride Land, so it does have Rashka synergy with the rest of them. Oh yes, Alfie. Welcome, Alfie. It creates 9 red and purple gems, or yeah, 9 red and purple, which of course synergizes with the red-purple storm, and then curses and burns the first enemy. There's actually a better version of this on the Legend, so that aspect of it you're probably not going to be needing. However, you might use it for the gem spawn. It also has double damage to burning. However, you could use a triple damage hero burning cleric class outside of the delves. However, within the context of the delves, that's something that isn't horrible, but I believe one of these other ones have it better. Yeah, this other one. So basically, you're just going to be using the epic and the legend, it seems like. So as far as the epic, it gains magic +1 attack and life. Anything that ever does durability plus attack is very good. It doesn't end up gaining a barrier for it, but it is boosted based on red and purple on the board at a 1-to-1, and gets to conjure a Hellstorm, which should be a red-purple storm. It also gets to do double damage against anything that's burning, which you can do off the off the legend. And it also gets to reflect 25% of its skull damage back, which is somewhat okay because it's gaining additional HP value. And as far as the legend, it's basically a better version of Mambasera, oddly enough. What it does is deals basically half of its magic to magic +3 damage, boosted by red and purples at a 1-to-1 to 4 random enemies. Mambasera does basically the same exact range and about the same exact damage, but hits 6 times. However, this does 4 times, but it has a boost ratio for it. It also has a better final trait. It gets to curse burn a random enemy whenever matching for an extra turn. This is pretty decent and can actually be used outside of... Yeah, quite a few of these have pretty cool art as well. The Rushkas. But basically what you can end up doing this for is anything that ends up having a triple damage burning for hero class, you can end up doing it to hit through immunity. So of course a lot of things have immune to burn. However, if you curse burn, you won't have to worry about the immune to burn because it should curse first and then burn the enemy. And if it does indeed do it in that order, it's going to be rather convenient because it basically will allow you to set up into triple damage burning an entire team, even if they have immune to burning. So it'll be really interesting to see how this pans out, as it could actually buff the viability of triple damage burning teams, which are already pretty strong to begin with, but it could make them even stronger than they already are, and is a great alternative for when you don't have Zugoff, because one way that you get around immune to burning troops when you're doing triple damage burning builds is Zugoff could just insta-kill whatever the immune to burning troop is. However, you can instead do it with Curse Burn instead, and kind of be a Zugoff alternative in some situations. Not exactly the same thing, but it somewhat does what a Zugoff does, just in a kind of different way. But if you're looking in like the triple damage route, it kind of does what Zugoff does in that regard. So has that similarity, though obviously it doesn't have insta-kill or skull spam. But overall, not bad. It's actually a pretty solid legend. Definitely not like exceedingly good, but it's a pretty viable final trait, kind of like the mythic that we just had. Oh, also don't forget, these are the last couple hours to go get the most recent mythic that came out last Friday. If you're still looking to try to get it in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP Catch Key drop table, you have 7 hours left. So make sure to get on that if you haven't already, because in 7 hours it's going to be substantially harder to try to get him. He will still be in the drop table, but they'll be in the drop table with everything else, meaning the chance of specifically getting him is near impossible relative to the fact that you could get any mythic in the game at that point. So yeah, if you don't get him now, the next best time to get him will be whenever he comes into event keys or whenever he comes into Soulforge. However, still very early in this current Soulforge cycle, so it'll be quite some time before he cycles into Soulforge. So if you don't end up picking him up now, it will be quite some time before you can get him, so do be mindful of that. Anyway, so that's basically everything with the faction. I just kind of wanted to go over it once more, since we won't really be able to cover it tomorrow, unfortunately. I'll maybe briefly mention something on Monday, but then again, that's kind of already too late at that point. But yeah, I won't have time to do it tomorrow, unfortunately. Flight's too early in the morning. Pretty much as soon as we end the stream, I'm packing up and heading to bed. Packing up the computer, everything else I need, and just sleeping till tomorrow. But anyways, so we have Frostmage Hero class today. Standard dungeons, adventure board is pretty standard as well. Offer, I got a good offer. The 3 guildmate gifts. If you have at least VIP 5, you can actually get guildmate gifts for free without spending money. Slowly over time, you do it by buying that offer. And I always make sure to get it so I can give it to guild. It also has a positive gem exchange. It costs 200 gems and you get 215 gems worth of value. So it's kind of worth it because you get 135 from the purple, and each one of these are 25. So that comes out to... Oh, it's 210 gem value, right? It's somewhere around there. Yeah, it's about 210 gem. Whatever it is, it's positive gem value. But it's, yeah, I believe it's 210 actually. But anyways, doesn't matter. Anyways, we went over this team on Monday. However, I was mentioning this for the weekend faction. You can just run Urskea's Shield to double Tesla Thrall. Will work pretty good. However, I don't want that. I want the Frost Mage for the Dawnbringer thingy. So you can actually use a pretty similar team to what you use for the World event. However, we're doing it a little bit differently. And just going all in into Dawnbringer. Because we can. Really good reason to do so. Alternatively, you can use any other blue weapon, of course, that hits all enemies. One of the easiest ones being to 250 win on Frostmage Hero class, which gives you that one blue weapon that hits all enemies. I forget what it's called. It's some kind of blue orb for 14 mana cost. It's all enemies pretty nice. It's a good Dawnbringer alternative. These are doing blue, right? Oh, no, never mind. We're doing yellow right now. But I believe there is one that does blue for the kingdom. How many gems to get it to 100? A hero class? Hero class takes around 5,000 gems to max. A lot of gems. That's a very high amount. It's very expensive. To put that into perspective, the faction tomorrow doing pure rush method, as in skipping literally every single room and just going straight for the final boss, takes around 3,000 or so gems. And yeah, doing a max hero class takes like 5,000. It is quite expensive. Though one thing benefit you do get from maxing a hero class, if I'm not mistaken, you do get troop copies. Don't you? Let me double check. Pretty sure you get troop copies. Which is one of the main differences. And why it's actually a little bit pricier. Yeah, you do get 2 class trial troops. So yeah, you do get troops along the way. And when you're spamming this final one, even though it's 1 gem per EXP, you are getting 12 troops with it. The troops that these drop are based on what you're capable of using. So the drop table is everything here, if you just click on owns. So not really that good of a drop table. But some of them have good drop tables, of course. This one, not so much. There's like not a single good thing here. Actually, wow, this is so few options. But yeah, none of these are worth getting a lot of. Not to mention, I don't even think you can get the Mirrored Halls ones from it. Wow, this drop table is horrible. That is a horrifically bad drop table. If anyone has any questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. As this will be our final stream for almost 2 weeks. Saturday the 20th will be our next stream after this. Though you'll probably still have the Monday video going up. Aside from that, that's probably the only thing we'll be able to get up while we're there. Hello, Cookie! Welcome. You can't pack sandwiches ahead of time, you gotta eat them fresh. I normally eat a lot of bananas whenever I go on vacation. It's a nice, simple, quick, easy food. And also helps calm my nerves. Sometimes the auto resolution will adjust on phones, as well as on PC. If you switch it off of auto to a certain amount, it should keep it there. But by default, both of them go to auto, normally. How much is it to unlock all tiers for the faction? About tier 3 or tier 4, I believe it is. If you're just doing the unlock all rewards. Though most people go to pure faction. To do pure faction, I believe it costs 2,110 gems, and that you have to buy the tier 7 5 times. I believe if you wait all the way till Sunday, it can be done with 4 times on tier 7. But I think the cheapest you can get away with is 1,910. I forget if 1,710 is possible. I think with Valraven luck it might be. Because it costs 1,110 in order to get all of them. And it costs additional 200 per 7. And normally I go 5 7s, so this time around we're going to be going 10 7s. Just so I can get it done with full rush method. That way the event will only take like 2 hours. Because we're just going to be skipping everything. And just auto-killing it with Tesla over and over again. That is the game plan. Fill up Thrall, kill with Tesla, win. Oh, I meant Sunday, not Saturday, yeah. Did I say Saturday? I meant Sunday. Because Sunday's the last day you could do it, of course. Oh yeah, I didn't go over the weapon. We do know what the weapon is. I forgot to go over it. The weapon is this thing. It is a red-purple, which makes sense. It is the color. 14 mana cost. It deals magic plus 2 true damage to the last enemy. Boosted by red and purple at a 2x boost ratio. And it conjures a Hellstorm. So there's actually going to be a weapon that can do the Hellstorm. Bleeds the first enemy. Deal 5 damage to the last enemy. Eliminate 2 attack. And gain 2 attack. So basically it's useless is what it's trying to say. Unless you had a really high amount of red-purple on the board. Let's say you had 20 total between red and purple. That would deal 40 additional damage as true damage. So that's 42 plus whatever your magic is. Let's see what my magic is in a battle like this. 42 plus that. That means we'd hit for about 100 true damage. That's only if we had like 10 red purple on the board, both of them. So 20 total. Which would be 40 total damage. I don't know, that's not a small amount of damage. It depends on if that's enough damage to kill at your level range. I feel like earlier on in the game it could be okay. Later on in the game it'd be horrifically bad. But it could one-shot at some points in the game. And if you're at that point where it does one-shot, it could be okay. But later in the game it seems like it's going to be a pretty bad weapon that you're never going to use. Because the Hellstorm that it creates also creates more red and purple, which makes it more likely that you'll be able to get more red-purple for the boost ratio. But of course, like every boost ratio in the game, that's limited to how many you can get. It falls off the later you get into the game. But stronger the earlier on you are in the game. Generally speaking, you're just going to want to use Life and Death instead of that weapon. It's only 4 mana cost more, ball being 1,000 times better. I'll take that over. Doesn't matter if it takes that. And I believe we have one more set after this one. The Raven. Actually, might be 2 more sets. I can't tell based on their stats. Somewhere's around there. These are still being one-shotted, so it might be 2 sets actually. Took my blue. But he didn't take all the other colors. So we did gain barrier, which is annoying. We don't have enchant in this game mode. Oh, that reminds me, we still need to finish out the ward event, don't we? Oh, never mind, we only have 1 more set. Interesting that was actually one-shotting there. Also, we got all 5 of our battles already. Unlike losing our Valraven last week. We lost our Valraven in the very first battle when we weren't paying attention last week. On the one with like ultra low stats. We were talking and didn't even notice. Then we looked back and it was like, oh, we actually lost the Valraven there. Because of course it always gives you enough 100% of the time to have enough to do up to stage 4, which will give you 25 gems. But if you lose a single battle or lose a Valraven, it'll only give you 15 gems on a Thursday event. And of course you could just skip doing these free battles, but it gives you some XP towards hero classes if you don't already have them max. And it also has the benefit of a little bit of gems. Not a lot of gems, but they add up. It's basically 1 tribute worth of gems this late in the game. Which is starting to make it seem like a really small amount of gems. Tribute gives so much these days. Hopefully they never nerf it. They did say that they would consider it at some point if it started to get way too strong. Hopefully it's not way too strong currently. Because as they keep adding more and more, obviously it keeps going stronger. Will the, wait, what's that one word? Not sure what you mean by that. Factions roll around again. You missed completely the first couple. Every faction will roll back around, if that's what you're asking. The way that factions roll back around now is it's based on the kingdom now. So, for example, if the faction that you need done is a Kazale faction, then you have to wait until Kazale has an event. And so on and so forth with all the rest. It's when the kingdom has the event is when the, Oh no! It just transformed into a beast! No, lycanthropy! Why do you have to make this battle take forever? No! Actually, that one someone helped us. That one was fine. Aww. That's not good. Okay, every faction rolls back around. Eventually. But it's based on the kingdom now. Oh, why did I do it that way? I should have done the other way around. At least he gains all his mana back when he gets a kill. We're not going to lose this battle, but gosh, did lycanthropy make it 1,000 times more annoying. Why, lycanthropy? Why? We can guarantee create blue if nothing else. Oh, and fail. Oh, I can just give him a free summon. That works. Perfectly fine. I want to poke him somehow. Blues, go poke him. Please, I want to kill. And then we get to kill again. And then we get to kill again. That's the game plan right now. So what we're going to do is cast. Then we're going to cast. Then we're going to cast. And then we won. At least that wasn't the worst beast we could have had there. Could have had things way worse than that. You had them all lined up to do the 500s, and now they kind of ruined it with how they shifted it. Yeah. It did come out of, kind of almost out of nowhere. We didn't really know much in advance that would happen. Because they always forever just did it in that order. But now that pretty much all of them are in the game now, they're doing it based on kingdom. Ah, there we go. Class event done. Word event. Have we finished it yet? Come on, guild. No. Oh, we'll have to claim the orb while we're away. Though, if nothing else, at least we can get our battles in now. The last little bit of word event. But I can't claim the orb till tomorrow. And obviously, we will not be here. Let's run this real quick. Yes, I know we need to set the thing, though it's quicker letting it tell us that it needs to. Because then we get to stay on this menu, and we don't have to go all the way out and all the way back in. Too bad you can't just change your medals on that page. That's the only instance where you can change the medals on that page. It doesn't have a default way of doing so. Which would be very convenient. They literally have a way of doing so. There's no reason not to. It's obviously possible for them to. They do it already for this game mode. All they would need to do is just have it so it's always there, instead of just for this game mode. Would be a nice, easy quality of life improvement. That Fairy Fire with Rowan is crazy strong. Assuming we lose points from lycanthropy? No. In class events, you only lose points if your slot is killed. In Delves, a lycanthropy effect should count as a death, so you wouldn't get deathless. But in the case of class events, the way that it tracks if you get full points or not is based on how many troops are dead. And by dead, I mean, is the slot actually empty? If you lose a troop but then resummon it or have it transformed or, you know, end with 4 troops in any way, shape, or form, even if they weren't the original 4, even if they died, you do not get penalized at all. You could have 30 deaths in class event and still get the max amount of points as long as you have 4 troops by the end of it. Class event does not penalize you for dying. It only penalizes you for having troops dead at the end of battle. So as long as you resummon your whole team, or have 4 in any way, shape, or form, by the end of a class event battle, it'll still give you the full amount of points. In the case of Guild Wars, it counts against you. In the case of Delves, it counts against Deathless. But aside from that, it doesn't affect things like class events. Oh no, Valraven. Luckily it's Fairy Fired or it wouldn't have died there. Very lucky Fairy Fire hit exactly what we needed to hit. Oh, I took my green. Now I need to take a different green. Oh yeah, Puzzle Quest 3 is a lot of fun. We'll be covering it a lot more once it finally gets out of early access. Or gets a Steam release, I should say. Pretty much whenever it gets a Steam release. We'll be playing it a ton more on stream and doing guides and everything. It's just hard to now because BlueStacks is awful. And the game is changing too much to really cover anything related to strategy for the most part. Because it just keeps changing. Even the class video we did is already somewhat changed, just in the sense that the way they upgrade them is different now. And one single patch completely changed how that works. Yeah, next patch for it should be adding a new game mode. Actually, next patch for both the games should be adding a new game mode. I believe Gems of War is getting something related to gnomes as their next minigame. And Puzzle Quest 3 is getting something related to relics and all those other crafting materials. Okay, let's go clear out our dailies real quick. Then we'll go hand out the first of 2 codes. Because we will hand out 2 this stream. Oh, there's Phoenicia. Though it won't be too much of a longer stream, though, because I do still need to get to bed early. Flights early in the morning. Oh, we got an extra team slot from the money earlier. I never did anything with it yet. That was from the $25 battle pass thingy. I think we're VIP 8 now or something. Gosh, that number's starting to get high. I know when when VIP first came out and it only went up to VIP 10, I was like, we're never going to have VIP 10. And now we're like 2 years away from reaching VIP 10. Because I believe VIP 10 is $730 spent on the game. It's 700 something, if I'm not mistaken. I got the exact number. Though that over the course of 7 years isn't that bad. Or 8 years by the time we actually hit it. Because currently the game's been going for 6.5 years. No, I won't be able to do a stream at reset. It's just too weird of a time. It's at 3 a.m. I need to get sleep. As much as I want to. I will probably have time to do the entirety of the event at the airport, if nothing else. Which would be really funny. If I can get time on Friday night, I'll try to cover a video on it. I'm just not sure what our schedule is yet. We got a lot planned. If I can record it very quietly at night. Might be able to get it out real quick. If you guys don't mind a very ultra quick video. Just going, here's this, here's this, here's this, have fun. This is what this does. Quick, like 3-5 minute video. With all the teams and everything. With a horrible mic. It should be somewhat okay though. For an internal mic for a laptop, it's actually not horrible. Stream from... We're not gonna stream from the airport. We are not going to stream from the airport. Though that would be very funny. You probably wouldn't even be able to hear me though. Because the mic quality would be so bad and I would have to have a mask on because it's mandated. And I wouldn't be able to take it off. I'm not gonna stream from the plane. I'll see if I can get it done Friday night. If I have time Friday night. No promises. But we might get like a super quick video out on it. That's normally around the time I would even cover it anyways. Because normally we'd stream it in the morning and then cover the video at like Saturday morning normally or something. Hello Dizen. Hello Warren. Hello Mr. Jesse. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello Bishka. And Joe. And thank you. Yeah, I hope it's going to be a good trip. Should be pretty fun. What was I looking for? I think we already did everything then. So let's make sure we've truly done everything. Because I won't have much time this weekend to do anything that isn't the faction event that we need to go clear out real quick. Once it happens. But Ward event is kind of done. The guild will get it done automatically, so I don't need to worry about that. Donations to the guild are all good and squared away. We have plenty of gold to, even if we don't farm any gold, we'll still be able to contribute to the guild. Always like having some leeway gold because of that. Any other weekly we haven't done? I guess technically PvP, but I normally don't bother with it anyways. That is a pretty good value one for how little bit of time it takes. So I'd rather token farm. Tokens are better. It's not like you can get tokens off of glory keys. Of course, we already finished this for 25 gems. I think that is everything then. Which means we can go do some token grinding. The last little bit before we go. Because I'm pretty sure I'll be doing absolutely none while I'm away. But anyways, let me go get you guys the code. The first of 2. We'll have 2 this stream and 2 on the stream we get back on the 20th. And then we'll still have a few left. And hopefully Kafka will get me more within that time. Otherwise, we will run out midway through that week we get back. If she doesn't get me more within those 3 weeks. I highly doubt it's going to take her that long. Though you never know. Should probably poke her every week on Discord until we get it. I'll poke her again right before I go. Just a reminder. I'm pretty sure they're busy trying to push Puzzle Quest 3 patch for next Tuesday, which is probably why she hasn't gotten back to me. I'm pretty sure. And they're starting the beta test for 5.6 for Gems of War soon. I believe she's somewhat in charge of that in some way, shape, or form. But anyways, there you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is right over there in chat. It's copy paste of random numbers and letters started with DF. And it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And I'll have another one in a little bit if we do a little bit more grinding. We'll do it on our first Anu or first Nisha. We'll do it based on that again. First Anu or first Nisha of the stream, we'll hand out a second code. We'll probably farm for about half an hour or so. Anything you guys want to discuss, talk about, or anything, let me know. Because we won't be back till the 20th. Let's see, let's get it over. Grab our pokey poke. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. It will not be coming out this month. I can guarantee you that. Earliest 5.6 will be coming is early July. Early to mid to late July. Somewhere's in July. Who knows when, but sometime in July we should be getting a patch for Gems of War. Exactly when, there's no way to really tell. But there's almost no chance we're getting it this month. And if we do, it's very late this month. Like the last week of the month. Though it's more likely sometime in July. One mana short. Wonderful. 10 tacit listings. Thank you, Warren. Greatly appreciate it. As well as Eric, thank you. Hello, Rogue. Welcome. Hope your break has been going good as well. Yeah, there's a lot of complaints about lycanthropy gems on the forum. They are very well aware. So if you wish to give them more feedback, let them know in the forum. They've been told like 1,000 times, but more feedback would still be helpful. Yes, mobile and PC has cross progression. Like at the airport, I'll be playing it on the phone. I almost never play Gems of War on the phone, but in this kind of instance, I would. Like I'm gonna do almost the entirety of Delves. I mean, not Delves. What's it called? A new faction. From like 20 to 500, almost entirely on phone, if not entirely on phone. Because between the time I'm waiting at the airport, waiting for the initial plane, and then waiting the other way back, that should be enough time to do the event. Assuming it's 3-room. If it's 4-room or 5-room, it'll take a bit longer. But if it's 3-room, I can literally get it done in the time I'm waiting for the plane, pretty much. Because I'm pretty sure 3-room takes under 2 hours with rush method. We don't have the quickest possible team, but double Tesla's not bad. Double Tesla with Thorel. It's not slow. Arania for the upgrade. Almost made it seem like we got 2 Aranias, but it was just the single Arania upgrading twice. Well, after the season, you won't really have to worry about lycanthropy gems as much, unless people are really trolling by setting it on their defense team. Because unless they do some kind of special event that everyone will complain exactly when it happens, which they'll probably almost never do. But unless they do some kind of special event for lycanthropy gems, aside from the troops that have the capability of creating lycanthropy gems, there will be no naturally occurring lycanthropy gems once the season ends. So you technically just have to worry about it for... it's week 3, right? So like 7 more weeks. Yeah, 7 more weeks. Well, I guess 6.5 weeks in a sense. But 6.5 weeks is how much longer we have to worry about it. And then as long as no one ever sets lycanthropy on their defend, you'll never need to see it again. For the most part. Unless they do a special event where it appears. But I sure hope they don't. They did mention they would for some gems. I'm stunned. I'm like, wait, why am I not doing extra damage? I might be stunned. Imagine the entirety of October having lycanthropy effect. True, if they're going to bring it back, it'll probably be sometime around Halloween. Though at least that thematically makes sense. That's probably the scariest thing we'll ever see on Halloween. Lycanthropy gems returning. I'm not sure if I've ever seen something scarier in my entire life. How long does it normally take to get a faction to 500? Really depends what method you're using. There's 3 primary methods. One is the 2005-10 or so method that we normally do, where you go to about 200, do every single room, and then once it starts getting a little bit slower around the 200, 300 area, you start doing skip method. Then there's the full skip method, which we'll be using, where you immediately rush the final room every single time to get it done as quickly as possible. And then there's the do literally every single room so you make leaderboard method, which you obviously do every single room, which takes much longer. As far as how long each one takes, doing pure rush method with 3 rooms, I believe is under 2 hours, slightly. It depends on team, of course. But it takes slightly under 2 hours if it's 3 rooms, and closer to 3 hours if it's 4 rooms. Or like 2.5 or so. The normal method that we do normally takes a bit closer to around 4 hours, I would say. It depends how pure faction goes. But, actually, most of these don't really count pure faction in their time. But it takes about 4 hours to do the do every room up to 200 and then start skip methoding. And that's normally what we do, and it costs normally around 2,510 gems. It also gives you enough stats to do pure faction normally. And then there's the do literally every single room. This can take quite a bit longer, and I think it comes out to normally 6 or so hours. Just because you do literally every single room even once they start getting a little bit slower. It can vary quite a bit based on team though. Like this one would definitely be a bit slower to do it for. Just just because of the options that exist. But then again, double Tesla's not too slow if you had a lot of stats. Hey, an Anu. Well, I did say the first Anu or Nisha I would hand out another code. That is a Nisha or an Anu. So I'm gonna go get the second code. Why do every room up to 200? Because you get some more Val Ravens that way. And it saves you from having to spend more. For example, skip methoding the entire time normally costs around 3,000 gems. It depends how many rooms there are, if it's like a 3 or a 4 room. But normally it costs anywhere from 2,910 gems to 3,110 gems or so to do pure skips. To do only partial skips, where you do up to 200, it only costs around 2,510 gems. So you get to save a couple hundred gems. It also gives you more stats for when you do... and then again, I guess the other way would also give you more stats. But it gives you more stats than compared to the doing all room method the entire time. Because for that, you don't need as many sigils for. 4 clear can cost as cheap as 1,910 if you do literally every single room and wait all the way till Sunday. That's your cheapest it costs. The most expensive it'll ever cost is around 3,110. And that's if you skip literally every single thing with a 3 room. And do it on Friday. It would cost about 3,110. Whereas the cheapest it'll ever be is 1,910. And that is if you wait till Sunday and do literally every single room. I believe if you can get lucky, you can even do a 1,710, but normally it's a 1,910. Plus you need at least some amount of extra stats for the pure faction anyways. But there you guys go. Enjoy the code. And that'll be our last one. Until we come back, and then we'll have another 2 for our coming back stream. Also, our coming back stream will be very long, because I'm going to be doing the entirety of Bounty Hunter when we get back. The full, like, 2 or so hours that Bounty Hunter takes, we'll be doing the night of Sunday when we get back on the 20th. So it's going to be a very long stream. It's going to be like a 3-4 hour stream or so. Probably close to 3. Mostly because by that point it's going to be pretty late. But we will be doing the entirety of Bounty Hunter that night. Because next weekend's Bounty Hunter. If you haven't figured out already. Next weekend's Bounty. And of course this weekend's the new faction. Yeah, Tuesdays are really bad days to try to do pure faction, even though that's how you do most of the older ones. They did say they might find a way to add potion effects to, so you wouldn't have to worry about it on Tuesdays. However, they have not yet to implement such a mechanic. But they did mention the most recent Q&A that they are considering adding an alternative way than the Tuesday method to get done old factions with potions. It'll likely still cost a lot of gems and everything. But they are looking into an alternative method. And by that, I mean in about 2 years from now, they will add an alternative method. That's generally how time works for them. 2 dislikes for 2 codes? Oh no. That's double the amount of dislikes we normally get. Normally there's always just that 1. There's always that 1. But now there's the 2. They're doubling. Also, why am I doing that? Might as well go for the other option. How's the bounty troop luck? I have no clue. We can go check, though. Let's see, what does the bounty troop do? The bounty troop does the following. Oh, I should probably use that for the thumbnail on Monday. This is what the bounty troop does. The one next Friday, not tomorrow. Sister of Nightmares. It's a rare Darkstone human rogue. Rare, obviously. It does 12 mana cost, deal magic +1 damage to the last 2 enemies, and inflict a random stats effect to them, then poison them. So you can basically double poison them on accident. As far as green-purple, This is the strongest green-purple. It also has Swift, so 75% mana start. Stealthy as well. So it's going to be the last thing that normally lives on your team. It's not horrible. I don't think it's going to be meta, but it's not horrible. If nothing else, it's the strongest thing underneath those colors, particularly green. I believe green's kind of been lacking, as well as the green-purple combination exactly, specifically. Like every other green-purple is horrible in Bounty. But that's not bad. It's a double poke, a double status effect, a double poison, and it starts with 75% mana start. And it has stealthy, so it'll be the last thing alive. So if you really wanted to cheese, you could cheese it with like Death Mark and other stuff. The only really annoying thing is it can do Lycanthropy effect. Because random negative status effect is one of those does include Lycanthropy. So that's going to be annoying. Another instance where Lycanthropy is going to troll everything. Good old Lycanthropy doing Lycanthropy things. Anytime you see random negative status effect now, it's always Lycanthropy now. It's awful. You won't be filled in on the trip? What do you mean? As far as what we're doing? It's mostly just going to be a watch party for all the game stuff that's happening this week. Between E3 and everything else. Should be a lot of fun. And a lot of gaming just in general. I'm just kind of chilling. I think we're doing escape room as well. And a few other things. So far I've only ever done one escape room. I feel like I was really bad at it. But it's probably because I don't really do them too often. Like, they're really experienced compared to me. I'm pretty sure they've done, like, literal dozens of escape rooms. Whereas I have done literally one. I don't think any troops need a buff nerf because of Lycanthropy, necessarily. Lycanthropy needs to just not exist. It's one of those status effects that just works way too differently compared to all other status effects. Because I don't mind Lycanthropy gems as much, but the random status effect Lycanthropy is probably the more annoying one. Just because it drastically changes every random status effect troop in the game, including Essence of Evil, of course. Which is probably the most controversial one, but also affects literally every other one that has it as well, not just Essence of Evil. It's just most noticeable on Essence of Evil because it has a 100% chance of applying it. So it's a lot more consistent that it happens with it. There's a good chance they are never going to remove it completely, though, despite the overwhelming feedback on if they should remove it. Actually, let's do a poll right now. Our final poll before we go. Should Lycanthropy gems be removed from the game? Our official, unofficial poll. How do you spell Lycanthropy? I assume that is correct. There we go. We have asked a question. It'll be up in a second. Alright, I think that's correct. Alright, should be up in one moment. I love that new poll function. Or I should say, the better actual functioning poll function. There's always been a poll option in YouTube. Its integration just has always been horrible until like a week or two ago. where they finally made it not horrible. I don't know, I could see some arguments for keeping it in the game. It just has some really weird interaction. I feel like people's opinion on it might be slightly different once they finally fix it so Transform actually halves the level of the troop. Currently it doesn't, which makes it really annoying compared to every other Transform because it doesn't function like every other Transform. So we'll definitely have to see exactly how that changes it once it's actually fixed. They have confirmed they're going to fix it. When? Who knows? Hopefully by next patch. Or sooner. Though probably next patch. But the big issue with it is it doesn't count like its other Transform in the sense that it doesn't half the level of the troop. So for example, we were up against a level 150. If we were to Lycanthropy them, it'll still be a level 150 beast. However, how every other Transform in the entire game works is it would become a level 75 beast because it has their level. It currently does not do that for Lycanthropy. It is something they have confirmed they will fix. Though it probably won't be until next patch, which is sometime in July. So we still have to deal with it for almost the entirety of this season, with it working incorrectly. Which seems kind of weird that they would roll out a effect like that doesn't even work correctly. For pretty much an entire season. Because by the time it rolls out, let's say it comes out the second week of July, which means we'll have about 4 more event weeks. That means for like 7 or 8 out of the 10 weeks of the event, Lycanthropy would not be working correctly. That's basically the entire event. Quite a bit of an oversight on their part. That's assuming they fix it next patch. They could fix it earlier. Though there's no way they're going to fix it later than next patch. There's like a non-0% chance. I would sure hope they would. Need more Lycanthropy gems and treasure hunt? Oh, we already have a win. I'm like trying to find a purple or something. He's like, wait, I can just take a skull. Come on, something good. Oh, it listened. We got a Nisha. Hey, we got a little parting gift. Can we get another? Can we get 2 Nishas? So we got an Anu and a Nisha this stream. Not bad. The main thing we're looking for. Anus and Nishas. And Aranias aren't horrible, but you get so many epics from the World event that they're not as relevant to get anymore. But they're still useful. Alright, catch you later, Isabel. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you in 10 days. I almost said 10 weeks. Catch you in 10 days. We'll be back on the 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Eric. Catch you later. Yeah, we're probably going for 1 more chest and calling it a wrap as well here. So any other questions, let me know. Second, we already handed out 2 codes this stream. We handed out one in the midway point, which we don't really do. And then we did another one when we got our first Anu Nisha, which was our first Anu. We ended up doing it on. But no worries, we'll have 2 codes the day we come back. I should say the night we come back. Well, technically it's during the day, but the stream's not till night. Hey, you're greedy. Greedy for those extra keys. But yeah, 6 more hours to get the Mythic if anyone's still trying to find it. The one that came out last Friday. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till it comes in Soul Forge or Event Keys. Next stream's on the 20th. 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a Sunday. It's the last Sunday of next week. Not this week. Or last Sunday, you know what I mean. The Sunday of next week. You got the tokens to craft a full annual Nisha? Nice. Yeah, it takes forever to get Nishas. I feel like we average like one every 2 weeks these days. What am I doing? I could have already won. And then again, he's not bleeding. There we go. Okay, final chess. You know this one has 3 Nishas in it, right? Right? Oh, 3 Orpheuses? Oh, not even 3. We knew it was just pure Orpheus at that point. And it gypped us. Oh, 20 gems. Gosh, Tribute's so good these days. God, I love those 20 gems. 20 gems is like 2 gem keys every single time when that happens, on top of all the other loot. Though those gems are going to go very quick. I'm about to use like 3,000 as soon as it hits tomorrow. Tomorrow morning while we're waiting for the plane, goes all of our gems. But anyways, guys. I believe we are done. We will be back, as I mentioned a couple times already. Yeah, I have Discord on my phone. I end up setting it up. But tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow night, I'll see if I could try to get the video up for the faction. No promises, though. But I'll try to do it late at night, which will be like early in the other morning. But we'll see if we can. I definitely won't be able to do it during the day, though. But anyways, next stream will be on Sunday, the 20th. That is a Sunday. It is 10 days from now. It'll be quite some time. But we'll have a double redeem code, and we'll have a pretty long stream that night when we do. It'll probably be like a 3-hour stream. We'll probably do the entirety of Bounty Hunter and a few other things, and whatever else we didn't wrap up from the week. And do all that then. Aside from that, we'll still try to have the Monday video up. Should be able to get that out. Need to make sure I do the thumbnail for it. I guess I should also make a thumbnail for the tomorrow one, in case I can get it done. Though no promises on the faction one. I'll see if I can try to get it out. But, I'll see if we can do the faction and the other thing. See if we can do that. It's going to be very brief if we do the faction thing, though. It's pretty much just, here are the teams, here's the basics, boom, 5 minutes, and get it out. Though, in all fairness, they normally are under 10 minutes whenever I do them. So it's going to be pretty quick. But anyways, guys, thank you, everyone. I'll catch you guys soon. All your support is always greatly appreciated and means a lot. And I'll see you guys in about 2 weeks from now. Goodbye, everyone, and